has made a high of roughly 13,000, and from there it has again came down to the levels of 12,750 over last 4-5 days. So now, what is going to be course of action? Is that going to sustain? What is the stop loss we should keep if we are long? What is the whether there is an opportunity to go short? So all those things, expiry month, monthly expiry is just on the cards. Just in the coming Thursday is the expiry day, so a lot of action. However, positions beyond Friday, Wednesday are going to be very dicey because of the increased margin requirements for the options traders, right, in the stock market stocks. So let's get going and see what all stocks we can buy, what we can sell, and what is index is saying. All right, so welcome friends, this is Asim from Bulls and Bears, and we are going to talk all these things today. So let's get on the charts. So if you see here, this is our Nifty daily chart. So Nifty has been kind of on a very, very strong bull run since the 29th or maybe beginning of this month, and that is again a run up after the consolidation of good roughly 15 days within a narrow band of 12,000 to 11,600 kind of levels, and then it broke out. So it's a very good run up. Let's say if we look at just go a month back also, since 25th of September, we ran up almost kind of 10,800 levels to 13,000 levels. So which is a big run up, kind of, you can easily say that roughly around 18% to 20% kind of a run up. So whether this run up is going to go, let's see. If you see here, so we are seeing some kind of tiredness happening here. Your momentum is going down a bit. Your RSI has also come in just in one day. This very Nifty made a high of 12,963, and then it came down and broken 12,800 levels as well. However, it took a support of 12,750 kind of level. So that was a day when it looked like that maybe some profit booking will come in the markets. So next day was kind of, but if, on a closing basis, if you see the very next day, Nifty made a thirsting line bullish pattern, and this pattern has really worked very well with Nifty over the last 2-3 times that if we analyze. See, this is the same pattern that has worked here, same pattern that has worked here as well, and that we saw a strong bullishness or strong rally coming in after that. So even if you look at this one more time, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So last 5 times this pattern has worked, whether it was a small swing low the Nifty made, or a deep a little bit of bigger correction that Nifty finished with this pattern. So I don't know what's happening, but yeah, at the moment it looks like that Nifty is forming again the same kind of pattern, and whether it is going to break that down, or is it going to come in the next week itself, or the within this expiry, or the next series. So that we'll have to see. So let's see on a smaller time frame how it is looking. So we are going to have hourly chart. So this is hourly chart. It looks like, see, this is consolidating between 12,600 levels and 13,000 levels, or maybe here rather this, so 12,750 and 13,000 levels, so 250 range. So option sellers would have really made good money, and we'll see whether what is options telling us in terms of range for the day. So let's get on to the options website, and so we are on Nifty NSE India's option chain here, and this is, let's say, monthly expiry, so of course going to be much higher volumes. So let's see what it is. So even if we look at the highest open interest, definitely is seen at 13,000 on the calls. So calls 13,000 shows that maybe during this probably it may not be very easy for Nifty to break on the higher side, and that also is probably because of this is there, and then Dow is also not suggesting that even Monday can be a tapish uh, or maybe a little bit of a gap down opening, right? So, but price action can really suggest whether that gap down opening is going to further go low, or is that going to again a buying coming in at the same um, support levels of 12,750 or whatever. So if 13,000 is taken out, so what is the next hurdle? So 13,100 may not act that strongly, so 13,200 is probably, but I see 13,000 is going to play a bigger hurdle, because if we see that still there are 12,800 calls are heavy open interest in that area, and then 12,900 and 13,000. So if you add these all calls up to this level, you will see that roughly 3.6 plus 2.8, so this is 5.6, 6.4, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, and roughly 92 lakh shares, or maybe even more than 1 crore shares, are basically still the call writers are sitting with 1 crore share volume. On the other side, if you see that the support on the Nifty is at 700 and 800 levels, so that is again below this may not be very practical. However, the open interest, which understandably so is highest open interest, is at 12,500 levels. So those 12,500 levels is still far down, but still that is what it is saying. So the range, we can easily say that range on a broader side is 13,000, and on the lower side is probably maybe we can say 12,700, or maybe outermost 12,500. So still people are getting 16 17 rupees to sell the put options of 12,500, which is still 300 points away and only 3-4 days to go, right? So this is about, let's say, Nifty. So we know that what range Nifty is at and where we can expect Nifty to be in the next few days. So here also charts, also if you see where is our where is our support here on a daily charts basis. However, it's this is the level of the low 12,750. If it is taken out, then it's a different story. We closed at 12,850, which is however, I would think this is a kind of the swing low, which was 12,600 kind of level, is a good support for this series. All right, so let's move on to the Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is interesting here. So if you see that Bank Nifty broke out this zone of 25,000, and from there it just kind of sapped. And so if you see that Bank Nifty has made a 29,000 7 or 800 kind of a high at the spot, and then since then it's trying to, next day it was a very bearish pattern it made, but that bearish pattern is, whether it's going to continue or not, we are yet still it is indecisive. However, the Bank Nifty support lies here at 28,000. However, then still there is a kind of this gap a little bit of a gap, but that's still, 28,000 is where Bank Nifty support is seen. So I wouldn't really think anything before that. Let's look at if our intraday charts are giving us some more data points. Right, so this is a kind of still making on a hourly chart, still making a higher highs and higher lows. So we'll see whether this higher, this high of 29,800 is kind of taken out, or if this still the time this series of higher lows and higher highs is maintained. I don't think we have any reason to be worried about. But if it is falling, then this is another, as we discussed, 27,850 or 20,000, 28,000 levels are going to be then a support area. So which is roughly about 1,000 points away from the current level. But after such a big rally, so 3% kind of a correction is not a very big deal. So 3% correction, Bank Nifty kind of thing, shares can show in a day itself. Excuse me. So this is what it is. Let's look at the Bank Nifty option chain data. So Bank Nifty option chain data suggests us where is the maximum call writing happening. So maximum call writing is at 29,500 at the moment. Right, and even similar kind of at 30,000 as well. So this is looks like 29,500 or 30,000 is a kind of hurdle from option writers point of view. So, and on the put side, let's say we can expect some kind of support. So highest put writing is at 28,000. So that's what we have seen on charts also, that highest the support is lying at somewhere around 28,000, 27,800 kind of levels. So that's confirming from both the sides, because that's how option traders would also work. But another aspect to look at is whether if that number is coming or not. So maybe this trend line is probably one of the important trend lines that you may want to keep in mind. So if this is broken, then definitely this can easily touch the 28,000 or 27,900 kind of levels. All right, so hope that is helpful on Bank Nifty. Now coming on to a couple of let's say stock ideas that I had looked for myself, but again just a reminder in between, and just a disclaimer: I'm not a technical advisor, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not qualified and registered with anything, and these all are just for educational purposes, just to help you analyze your trades better in case if you're trading. And whatever trades you are taking are basis your own, and the overall responsibility and ownership is with you, and I'm not responsible, or Bulls and Bear channel is not responsible for any losses or any decisions that you are taking. All right, so please do consult your financial advisor or take your own calculated calls. This is your hard-earned money. Alrighty, so let's now look at some of the chart ideas. So what I've seen is that in yesterday's trade, which is, let's say, Friday's trade, some of the charts that were looking good were let's say technology stocks. So let's see how Nifty IT index is doing. So we'll just look at Nifty IT index on our daily charts. So Nifty IT index has been kind of consolidating after making such a strong rally of 22,600 kind of levels, Nifty IT, and since then it has corrected a bit, and it's consolidating and now sideways. So yesterday we have seen that it has made a same bullish pattern here, and this bullish pattern can, and considering that almost all the stocks within IT domain or IT sector has been kind of sideways or laggard in this last 15% kind of a rally in the stock market. So let's see how these are looking. So index wise, yes, it is looking that it may just kind of start its run up again, and we'll have to see what it does. But let's see what it says. If it is, so important thing to watch out is this trend line, and another way is basically we see that this is one of the continuation patterns. You can say that this is a descending triangle that is made after this bull run happened, and this run up from this level of 17,600 levels, 17,700 levels, and then from there 22,600, and correction happened. Let's see how much is the correction from this bull run. Let's say if you were to kind of check it. So we are just connecting our highs and lows from using Fibonacci. See, this is 38.2%, this correction that happened, and from there it is kind of making a series of higher lows and higher highs. Let's see it on a line chart so we can easily see that it stopped making the lower lows. So that looks like the correction should be over, and now we'll go to the individual charts. So to check it, what they're saying. Let's take an example of TCS. TCS also made this, bullish, but not really that bullish. However, we are seeing that some of these, dojis are being formed here, which says that the momentum is probably dying on the lower side and consolidation is happening. After this indecisiveness, we'll just wait for a bull candle, and then maybe it is good opportunity to buy. You can easily see that TCS rallied from 25th of September and 13th of October or 12th of October, and since then it's been falling, and it has fallen roughly about 2,850 levels to 2,600. So good 10% fall it has seen, and since then it is kind of consolidating within a small 100 points range. So here if we just see another aspect to it, so okay, we'll just supply the Bollinger Bands so that it gives us an idea about what is it looking. So this is for a swing, because this is last week. That's the reason I'm just looking for some of the laggards who have not done anything the entire series, and now if they are saying or giving some bullish signals. So here if you see, this is kind of nothing. I wouldn't really do much with this at the moment. However, I will just keep an eye on it. But let's see, keeping in mind that IT index is showing promise, so we will just keep that in mind and look at other opportunities. So what are the other stocks, let's say, within this? So HCL Tech has also shown the same kind of a candlestick pattern that I really like trading, and basis that I think we can just make a good, it gives us a good buying opportunity with a stop loss of 804, which is about 2%, and then a target of 854, which gives us about 25 bucks. So 3%, and then maybe 880s levels and the high levels. So that is what it looks. So good risk reward ratio for HCL Tech. So I think it is a buyable stock, and with a stop loss of 804, right, and a price target of 860 and 880, and then this levels of 900. All right, so and let's see another house. Tech Mahindra are looking. So again, Tech Mahindra also formed the same pattern. So it is probably giving us even better risk reward. So same 2% of risk reward, and the target is of this 870, 875 kind of levels. So that's good risk reward on this as well. So we are just looking to buying opportunities on stocks which are up in uptrend and which is just consolidating and now giving us some buying signals, right? So let's look at something else, maybe Mindtree. See, Mindtree is looking even better. So here, if you see, it was consolidating. It is just a made one low, second low, and third low it's making. So, and now it is kind of, the range has become so narrow that your Bollinger Band is kind of, creating a bottleneck kind of situation here. And from here, it looks like that it may just, bust out of this, right? And this is a very relatively high beta stock. And once it starts going, so it really, the next stop is 1427, which is roughly 70-80 points away, and then the next is again, let's say this levels of 15 or 1600 kind of 1590 600 kind of levels. And so this is about, let's say, this. So outside IT domain, so I have looked at another chart, which is HDFC Life. HDFC Life is making a very interesting pattern, and why it is basically, why I'm bullish about this is HDFC Life has made or broken out this congestion zone, right? If you see this one, so this is a kind of level when it broke out with a very strong bullish candle, but the very next 2 days the profit booking happened. But yesterday was a day when again there is a strong green candle came, which is again thirsting line and at a support of, let's say, the breakout levels of 650, 640, 650 levels. So this is very good strong buying. So and it may just lead now higher considering the breakout. And this breakout is even more important if you see in the historically also, in October last year also we made this, then December also, and then July also this low, and then this again, right? So this is a kind of long-term breakout, or even on longer charts if we see, then this breakout we can see that this breakout is very, very visible even on longer term charts. This is a weekly chart, so ideally speaking this position has been made or should have been made last week, but still this is still is a good stock to be in portfolio. So I have taken some cash, a small quantity in cash, so that is what a disclaimer. So I do I may have taken all these positions of these charts in my for my trading purposes. If you like the contents of this channel, you may consider sharing with your friends, subscribe to the channel and like the video. If you want to learn more, click on the description. I have listed few very good recommended books to learn, and you can just find them very easily on Amazon. Thank you. Have a good day.